Hello, beautiful ladies. How are you? It is day 8 of the Grow with Grace experience. We're winding down. Can you even believe how quickly this has flown by? Super excited to be here. And today we are talking about you as the loving leader of your community. So I bet a few of you are like, "Oh, I wonder what exactly she's talking about, or what does this mean?" So I'm going to be sharing with you today why I really think that having a Facebook group is one of the best ways that you can quickly grow your community, build that know, like, and trust for free. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get into it. Okay. We're just going to go back a second. Okay. So, why I love Facebook groups, why I believe in them, and think they are an amazing way to get people into the know, like, and trust of who you are. So, Facebook is widely considered the most popular social network, and its popularity is not going anywhere. It is the third most visited site in the world after Google and YouTube. It's simply a page on the platform that you are able to create or you're going to be bringing people to. This is kind of, I see it as, your community headquarters, your hub. So whether you are active on other platforms, you can bring them into one place. And I'm going to share why I think a Facebook group is super amazing at this. Now, when you create a group, the name and the purpose is going to attract like-minded people that you'll be able to make new connections with. And again, this happens for free. Okay, we would not be here today if I didn't have a Facebook group. Now, I will always say, always, always, always build an email address list, but you can. At first, I was just collecting emails. I was like, I only have the bandwidth for one platform, and that's going to be my Facebook group. Now, you do want to be really smart and strategic. So when a person comes into your Facebook group, those 3 membership questions are so incredibly important. We're going to be getting into that in a second. But number one thing, your name. I don't really promote my Facebook group other than my personal profile. So I'm super curious. Do you remember how you found my Facebook group, The Profitable Christian Coach? So many times I hear that either A, it was a suggested group. So if you have a group, as it begins to grow, Facebook and its algorithm is going to learn who your target market is. It is going to suggest it to people who are in similar groups. Like, I don't know anyone else. My email doesn't do that. Not that I really have anything else, but this is just such a beautiful way because most of the time I don't know the majority of the ladies that have joined my group other than, Facebook showing them the name, and like instantly we want our name to resonate. So this is what I'm always suggesting to do, to think about who your niche is and then the problem that you solve or the result that they want. So make it super, super clear. People will join your group or decide that it's not for them within like 2 seconds. So just an example here is weight loss for women over 50. Super clear. I'm either in it or I'm not. Do I want that result? Am I over 50? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to join. Or yeah, no, I know that's not for me. Amazing, because we want to like attract and repel people. So number 2 is this is a free funnel. Even if you're posting on your profile, you have no way of collecting emails. You have no way of bringing your people, your niche together to do something like this. I mean, you could eventually, just be posting on your profile and invite them to, a webinar or something like that. But we want to hit them in a couple different ways. So that's where you can use your personal Facebook profile, in your banner, make it highlighting your group with a clickable link right there. So as you are engaging, maybe you're, adding value in other Facebook groups and people are like, who's this Carrie Olson? I'm gonna go check her out. Well, then in your bio, you have the link to your Facebook group. So you have it two places right on your profile that is going to so easily lead them into your community. Now, like I said before, the membership questions, I love these things. I use the first one for a little bit of market research. Just asking things like, what's your biggest challenge? What's your frustration? Where are you at? Where do you want to be? There's some strategy there behind what you're asking, but I always want to just know, where are they at and how can I help them? The second question, I want to get their email address. We don't know for sure if Facebook's going to be here. I mean, I'm hoping so, but we can't count on this. This is not our platform. This group, I really don't own it. I'm just kind of leasing space here. But our email addresses, the people that have joined our email list, that we own. So while I was gathering email addresses, I didn't really have the bandwidth to be sending consistent emails at first, but I was still keeping them. And I was just like, okay, someday. Now, yeah, I was working full time. I was building my business. It was just too much. So stay focused at first. Do not spread yourself too thin. If email is not on your list of things that you're, putting focus into right now, that's awesome. Okay. Just know what you can and can't do at the moment. You can always get there later on, but definitely be grabbing their email addresses. And then the third question you could use as a way to get to know them. So again, you're not pitching them anything. You could just offer them. I offer a coffee chat and like a, 20-minute strategy session, those triage calls that I talked about. Again, you're not trying to push anything. This is a time to get to know them, who they are, where they're at, what they need, and figure out possibly in the future, could there be, a client relationship there? Now, the algorithm, I want to go into this because, man, sometimes this just seems a little tricky. But the Facebook algorithm determines what posts that people see every time they open up Facebook, whether they're on their phone or on their laptop, and what posts show up in order. So essentially, the algorithm is evaluating every single post very, very quickly. It gives them a score, and then it will arrange them in descending order for each individual user. It happens every time we refresh our feed. So we don't know all the details that goes into this, but we do know that one of the goals is Facebook wants to keep people on its platform so that they see more ads and make more money. So the way that they rank this, the way that we have to play with them nicely, is the Facebook says that our feeds show stories that are meaningful and informative. So again, as daughters of the king, we want to be meaningful. We want to add value. So hopefully this really shouldn't be a problem for any of us. But in 2023, it's looking at these three main ranking signals. Number one, who posted it? Okay. Is this a friend that you are interacting with a lot? Are you liking and commenting on their posts? Have you actually had conversations in Messenger with them? You're more likely to see content from sources that you've interacted with. Number two, the type of content. This is really interesting because it varies by person. If you like videos, if you watch videos, well, then Facebook's wanting to show you more videos. If you like just quick little, those color block posts, quick updates, things like that, then Facebook is actually going to show you more of those. So I think as a business owner, we do need to cater to the different ways that people learn. That would include a variety of different things. Number three is actions with the post. it will prioritize posts with a lot of engagement, especially from people that you interact with a lot. Now, I want to teach you a little bit about how this works and the importance of engagement, comments, likes, and loves. Okay, so let's say I post something on Facebook. Initially, it is just going to go to this inner ring of like, yep, those are Carrie's top fans, probably my mom, my sister, my best friend, people that generally comment on my post. Now, they don't want to show it if it's not going to be good. So we just stay in this little thing. However, this little circle here of initial kind of people that it's showing it to, if you get 10 comments, actually 5 comments within the first 10 minutes, and then you reply to those comments, you will get 10 comments. 5 of them can be from you. It's going to boost it out to a wider ring. And then, if you keep getting more likes and engagements, and that's how a post can go viral, okay? Because then it's showing it to a larger number of people. If it's still doing well, getting lots of engagement, comments, likes, and loves, then it's going to go further and further and further. So that's where it's really important to be when you see, people that you like, that you love, that you are commenting on their posts, just so that again, that reciprocity is there. And they're like, she's so great to always be so encouraging and comment on my posts, because we want the same thing to happen for ours. Okay. So 5 tips for working with the algorithm. Sometimes silly that we have to do this, but we do. Number 1, just understanding what our audience wants to see. Again, this is back to that market research. Do not skip this step. We have to know what our clients want. What is meaningful? What would they consider informative? Okay, so polls, if you're doing a group, this can be a beautiful way. People love to add their own, vote on something. Hey, do you guys want to see more video? Do you want to see more posts? What do you want to learn about? Maybe give them 2 or 3 options. Have them write some things in. We want to be catering to our people. We want it to be meaningful, and we want it to be informative. So things that are new, interesting. And again, it is going to vary by niche, but we have to understand their unique interests, their behaviors, and then I talk about this all the time, but their pains, their struggles, and their goals. So you do have to do the work to know your audience so that they will love, like, comment, and share. These are the things that send the positive ranking signals to the algorithm. Number 2, we just want to make sure that we're creating accurate and authentic content. So Facebook itself says people on Facebook value accurate, authentic content. This just means things that are genuine. And I'm guessing every single one of you on here, you're very genuine. We don't want to have any posts that are misleading, sensational, spammy, those clickbait type of content. No. So some things that will signal whether our content is accurate and authentic is just writing very clear headlines. Make sure it's a great hook. The headline, in 2 seconds, people are going to read it and they're going to either read more or they're just going to keep scrolling. So you can get creative, but again, don't be misleading, and then be truthful. So just tell the truth. Don't sensationalize, exaggerate, or lie. I feel so silly even telling you guys this. I really don't think this is any of you, but I'm just taking this information straight from what Facebook is telling us. Okay, then we have to engage. So like I said before, the algorithm prioritizes posts from pages, people, groups that you've interacted with in the past, and those that you've had messenger conversations with. And again, this is, like I said, we are just building those relationships. This is relationship marketing. So that's why when a person comes into my Facebook group, I try, and I really am praying that I reached out to every single one of you here. Sometimes I have the bandwidth to just type up a post. Sometimes I do a voice, memo, just depending on kind of where I'm at, what's going on that week. But I'm either way, whatever you feel most called to, please just start a conversation. Just welcome them. It's going to set you apart. It is going to make a person be like, wow, okay. I think this, it just sets the tone. It's the right vibe. It's the right intention that we want when we are having someone, as basically the hostess of a party. Like, that's just kind of how I see my group. I am the hostess. It's my job to make every single person here feel welcome. I want to invite them in. I want to set the tone. I want to let them know a little bit about me and what's going on. How can I connect them to people who are going to add value or possibly even clients? So this means also replying is key. Now, sorry. Oh gosh, guys, here we go. Okay, sorry. Replying is key. I just feel like if a person takes the time to comment on one of your posts, do not waste this opportunity. We want to make them feel heard and seen and valued, because comments are so important. You'll have plenty of people who never comment, but really honor the ones who have. And so I just feel like when you reply to something they said, that's just going to continue to, make them feel like, okay, she's actually paying attention to what I said, and then comment on our post in the future. And again, this isn't about sending algorithm signals, but it does happen. So if you ignore your people, they're most likely going to go silent in return, and that's not what we want. And then getting our audience to engage with each other. We want people to be sharing. We want the people in your group to be inviting their friends in, being like, have you seen what Carrie's doing? It's really amazing. Because how awesome is that? So Facebook itself says that if a post triggers a lot of conversation, then it keeps applying action bumping logic. How's that? To show that post to a user again. Have you ever opened your feed and you're like, here's that same post, but it just keeps getting more and more and more replies? Well, there you go. Okay, so Facebook stories and reels. If you've been around, you've seen this over the last year, but these live in a separate world from the main newsfeed algorithm. They both appear, right when you open up your phone in Facebook at the top. So you basically get an algorithm bypass strategy because it's right there immediately. You know how if you just start watching a story, the other ones just start scrolling by and they hope that you just get sucked in? Well, this is a really great way to get your message out to your friends. However, Reels, this doesn't go to your friends. This goes to a whole separate category. So this is how you can actually get new eyeballs on your stuff. So Facebook says that half of all the time spent on Facebook and Instagram is spent watching video. And they say Reels is our fastest growing content format by far. So if you're not doing Reels yet, maybe look into doing it. Pray about it. Is this something that you want to do? Is it something that you're like, that is not me? That's okay too. We need to stay true to the personality that God made us, and otherwise it's not going to be sustainable. So Reels are designed to fuel the discovery of new things. But our feed, again, is really just shown to people and brands, our friends, things that we've liked. So again, Reels can be an important part of our strategy if you want to keep expanding your reach. Facebook themselves have said, we are focused on making Reels the best way for creators to get discovered. So in addition to the tab at the top, Reels can be shared to stories and then seen in that watch tab. All right, so here's a little bonus. when to post. Now, this is really interesting because I'm not just going to say, I actually had a coach that was just like, but this was probably about 2 years ago, that said post at 8 p.m. Central, like every night. And I was just like, really? You can actually go in your group and see when your people are most active. If you have a group, go to, the managed group, look under engagement, and then it will give you insights. There will be the most popular days. For me, I looked at this last night. I had no idea it was a Friday. And then the popular times, you can actually click on every single day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. My people are not online on Sundays. So I'm just like, not going to post then. But what I found out is Friday was the most popular day. 3 p.m. was the most popular time. I didn't know that until last night. So I am excited to be sharing a little bit more about Facebook groups. I want to know who has one. What do you love and what do you not like about Facebook groups? Just put it in the comments. And if you don't have a Facebook group, how else can you connect with your clients? If this is something that you want to consider and, you're like, okay, maybe, but there are things holding you back. I also want to know, like, what is it that you don't like about it? Because I would love to just have a little bit more insight and then provide a little bit of coaching on that too. So put it in the chat. I will address it there. Also, tomorrow, I'm going to be doing some live Q&A. We are going to still be doing the training. So it will be the virtual event, kind of rinse and repeat, events. However, that's going to be a little bit shorter because I want to leave a little bit of time for actual Q&A. So we are going to be both hopping onto Zoom and in the Facebook chat, just as we've been doing all this week. But if you have questions through any of these days, 1 through 9, we are on day 9 tomorrow. What questions do you have? Would you like to get some hot seat coaching? So for those of you who are like, yeah, I'm going to raise my hand to that, I'm going to provide the link so that you can actually join. And then again, remember that Friday is our live masterclass. It is going to only be on Zoom, not in the Facebook group. So you do need an invitation to that. Either put yes, send me an invite in the chat, or DM me and we will get you invited. And I think that's all for now. So there's no worksheet today, just a little bit of guidance and hopefully some things to think about. So love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.